Here are just several my favorite ideas on how you can keep your space minimal, but also spend a lot less time on maintaining it all. Because we're all busy, we all want to spend as little as possible on maintaining the things that we have. That's why we declutter a lot. But these are a little bit different hacks that also help me a lot keep my space clean and organized and look good, even if I don't spend hours in it weekly. The first thing that I think is crucial is delegation. Delegation is the key. I know sometimes it's difficult and I still struggle sometimes to fairly distribute housework between me and my family, but as I've been working on it for I guess years, it's totally worth it. I spent a lot less time on cleaning this hall than I spent 3 years ago when we only started to live together with my hubby. Don't try to do this all and take a humongous amount of work on yourself just because you don't like how it's done. If you don't do it and somebody else does it, it will take time, but later everybody around you will learn cleaning and keeping your space minimal, that it will just release hundreds of hours a year for you on only just maintaining your home. Even kids, don't think that your kids can't do anything. And yes, I do not have my kids, but when I see that my smaller brother, 16-year-old brother, waits till his mother heats up the dinner for him, I feel like there's something wrong. Doing the house chores is not only necessary for mother and just parents being okay and healthy mentally, it's also useful for just growing up, for knowing how to be an adult. Although I did have some chores that I had to do in my childhood, when I grew up I realized how many things my mother was doing and that I still have to learn how to do. So in my opinion, kids can do some easy chores. There are some easy ones, like wiping the surfaces is easy, or maybe doing the laundry, taking things to the washing machine, out of washing machine, and then sorting out clothes is super easy. Even a 10-year-old, even a 6-year-old can try to help with it. I think it's important to learn that, especially for boys, because I'm so fed up seeing how men in my family exploit their wives that it feels like it's essential to learn a boy to clean after himself. But sure, it's just an important skill to have for every person to take care of the apartment, of the house they live in. Don't be afraid to delegate, it's definitely worth it. Yes, it takes some learning curve, but later I'm sure it will pay off. The next thing I have for you is brain dump. I learned this idea when I was reading the book from David Allen, GTD. I will link it in the description, very nice read. The idea is that if you always store some to-dos in your mind, you get less productive and you get less focused on the things that really matter. That's why it's really important to have a dump where you can write down whatever you have on your mind, maybe a to-do, maybe an idea, something that you want to delegate, whether you're going out with friends or doing chores or just working. Having a sheet of paper next to you, maybe notebook, maybe digital notebook, is very helpful. And when you have a to-do that came to your mind, just write it down. It's so easy. And when it's written down on a paper, it's bland. It has a lot more chances to be done anyway. Whether it's a deep cleaning behind the washing machine, or maybe finally taking out the things that you just decluttered, and you will keep your mind a lot clearer to be more focused and productive throughout the day. Another hack is giving your deep cleaning time. What we usually do when we find hard stains on some surfaces or, I don't know, any objects, we usually apply detergent on it and then scrub it as hard as we can for literally hours. And then we realize that it's not even as clean as we want, and we actually spend hours in that, and then we blame the detergent for not working the way we wanted it to. What is a lot more effective to do is to apply detergent and let it sit. Leave it for 3 hours, maybe for 24 hours, it depends. You can wrap it with a plastic wrap. We will take care about ecology when we clean this up, and you will see how amazingly detergents are working. This hack can save you hours per month. So just wait. Let it sit and you will see amazing results of that because detergent did all the job for you. Another hack I really like is hiding your seasonal clothes and seasonal items when they are out of season. My hanger, let's be honest, is very tired and sad between seasons because the weather between seasons changes like crazy, and today you can wear a t-shirt and tomorrow you can wear just a fur coat. In this case, I try to hide duplicates from my hanger to make my hallway look a lot more minimal. For example, this jacket is actually extra here because I have almost the same jacket hanging right here. So I try to keep all the items on my hanger unique so that I don't waste too much time finding out what I want to wear today, and so that my apartment looks minimal. You know what other hack I really like? It's leaving in the comments an emoji with a light bulb in it to signal to everybody that you are also on your way of improving the life for you and your family through making your home minimal and convenient space for all of you. So leave a light bulb in the comments if you're also on your journey. Hide your winter things when it's summer and hide your summer things when it's winter. The same goes for blankets, for maybe some home decor, for sports equipment. Sometimes we're too lazy to do that, but this makes a huge difference when it comes to the visual of our home. Make a wish list instead of buying stuff. Never buy right away. This will save you from many impulse purchases and your home from much unnecessary clutter. Whenever you want to buy something, just put it in the wish list and let it sit there for at least a month before you decide that you eventually want to buy it. What is even better, put it in the wish list and wait for a holiday. This way you will not only catch some really nice holiday discounts, you will also feel a lot more joy from that holiday period of your life, because you also treated yourself with a purchase during it. Moreover, this tactic saves you so much time throughout the year for shopping, because you only go shopping 3-4 times a year, let's say, instead of going and buying something impulsively weekly. Empty surfaces. You may wonder, why do you even might need a surface then if you don't try to put something on it? Right, that's why we usually buy some shelves, maybe bedside tables, to put something like a vase, a plant, or a book on them. I totally agree with that. What I dislike about surfaces is that they become just magnets for some small knickknacks that clutter our space and make our home look messy. So you just put some little random stuff on the surface and you end up having a messy space with a lot of random stuff on your surfaces. A magical thing, I think, to avoid that is to divide space on your surface and only have some bigger items on them. It can be a plate, a cup, or a basket on your surface where you are allowed to put some small random stuff, but outside of it, just on the surface, you're not allowed to put anything except some bigger things that are supposed to be there, like a plant or a book, or some bigger things like a statuette that are intended to be there. Clean surfaces, empty surfaces make a huge difference and make your home a lot more minimal, and also save time for wiping them down, because you don't have to pick up every single thing to wipe underneath it. Thank you very much for watching. I recommend you continue watching this video that's about how to pack minimally. Also, if you want to support me in spreading the idea of simple living, you can go ahead and subscribe to my Patreon. Also, I want to invite you all to my free newsletter. You can subscribe by the link in the description. It contains small but very inspiring read about how our brain works, minimalism tips, simple living, everything that we like here. And I really appreciate your view, your comment, your like. Just thank you very much. Have a good day.